Welcome to Good Mythical More. We're gonna dicker. We're gonna dicker with each other in this more today. We're gonna dicker with each other.
Dicker means to trade.
What a weird episode of Sesame Street.
But first,
Or does it mean negotiate? I think dicker actually means negotiate. We're gonna negotiate a trade.
but then it ultimately results in a trade sometimes if you dicker hard enough.
Yep. Dicker.
Sure, that didn't sound right. I take it all back.
Got a little dicker shock.
Let's
Like sticker shock.
congratulate Mrs. P. Mrs. P sported that merch out in the wild.
Did my mythical shirt help me get a PR
That's
on
a
my
personal
squats?
record.
Yes, it did.
You know
You're
what we're gonna
welcome.
do? Mrs. P, we're gonna send you $50 so you can get some more mythical merch.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
Who would have known? I thought I was toast when I made that trade, but when I traded, those taquito-like things ended up being Taki-like things ended up really bringing it home for me.
Okay.
And now you get to trade with Stevie for 60 seconds.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose that wisely.
I'm gonna give you some interesting trade options here.
Okay.
Because Kaylin told me she thought to herself, would you trade shoes for a cat? And then this is how that was born.
Is that the first one?
Sure, we'll start there.
Would you?
Trade shoes for a cat?
So I could pick any of my shoes,
Yeah.
and then I give away some shoes.
Oh, maybe,
Maybe
nice
not.
ones. Maybe nice ones.
No.
Nice shoes for a nice cat.
If I had a
bad
cat, I would
shoes for a
trade it for
bad cat.
shoes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not participating.
Yeah, and I don't need another cat.
I did have a cat encounter though. Over the summer with some kittens, and and I've had some encounters with your cat,
Sokka
but
is not my cat, but Sokka is Lando's cat, but don't tell that to Lily.
okay, but yeah, I'm not enough of an encounter that I want to have a regular encounter in my home. I'm also pretty allergic to them, so okay.
Would you trade your car for a Grammy, a guaranteed win in whatever category you'd like?
I mean, that just feels.
A Grammy?
I mean, are people going to know about it? Or is this like somebody that we know behind the scenes
It's got to be the type of.
can work it?
I say people would know it. People would know it. It would be
Well,
like
they know.
It would. What? No, not know that there was a trade, but know that you won the Grammy.
Oh yeah, then I'd do it.
Yeah, but it needs to be in a category that would actually. Well, you got the James and the Shame stuff. Am I left out of this?
No.
So you gonna win a Grammy for your? Can an EP win a Grammy?
I don't know if it can. I don't think there's a threat. I'm threatening the Grammys at this point. And I don't think that we are threatening the Grammys.
I think when you release music that's award worthy, that doesn't threaten the Grammys. That's just what the Grammys does.
I don't think I'm on the Grammy radar, so to speak.
How self-deprecating of you.
But I will take this opportunity now that you brought it up. Yeah, just in case you didn't listen in the main episode, or you're one of those special mythical beasts who just comes and watches more. I did release my latest album, an EP, 6 songs, James and the Shame, called Nothing Left to Love. He sings on it.
Non-Grammy award-winning artist, James and the Shame.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't won any awards. Non-award winning.
I will say the first CD that we put out of comedy music,
Oh, yes.
we called the CD Just Mail Us the Grammy.
Just mail us the Grammy.
Because we're too good for
They
it.
didn't. It
Yeah, they
turns
didn't.
out, just so you know, I'm not saying, it actually is kind of like trading a car for the Grammys if you want to get into the behind the scenes of it. If you want to actually be nominated for the Grammys, it isn't like they just find your music. You have to
Give
go
somebody a car?
to a PR agency who knows how to do well, basically you have to pay a bunch of money to be considered, even to be considered, right? And then you have to have
Or your record company.
then
does
you have
that.
to have a 4-year consideration, which is technically like the Oscars, but basically it's the same thing. Like you have to pay. You do have to pay to play. even for the Grammys. And I don't know if it's a car worth. It depends on what the car is. So you kind of have to give a car to get a Grammy to begin with. So if I could guarantee it and no one would know that I had done a car exchange in the background, no, because it would be just like that City Slickers talk. Remember that? You probably don't. In City Slickers, there's a famous scene where Billy Crystal is talking to some guy, and the guy is talking about if an alien came down and the alien was a beautiful woman, and you could just have sex with this beautiful alien who just looked like a human woman, and your wife would never know. You're telling me that you wouldn't have sex with that alien? And Billy Crystal says, I would know.
Aw.
So if I gave a car to get a Grammy, I would know. And I'd probably tell Link too. So I wouldn't do it. No, I'm not doing it.
I'm good at keeping secrets, though. I am like the best person to tell a secret to. Because if you tell me...
Well, you forget.
If you tell me that it's a secret, don't tell anybody, I will. There's an imaginary button in my brain I can push and I will forget. I won't even know the secret.
But you also forget a lot of things that you probably should. Sometimes...
What's that got to do with anything?
No, I'm just saying that sometimes I'd like the four of us and our wives are together, and then we start talking about something, and you haven't told Christy about
What's your name
something,
again?
and I'm like, you didn't tell Christy about that? And you're like, I forgot. So even things that are like not secrets, which actually does make you a great secret holder, but not a great information holder.
Nope.
Because you lose that too.
I didn't say anything about information. I didn't brag about that.
Most secrets are information.
I would like to just brag
Yep.
about being able to keep secrets
Yep.
by losing them.
But no one finds them. You don't like write them down somewhere. You lose them within your own brain.
Yeah. I eject them from my brain. They're not still in
But
there.
you don't forget that something was a secret is not a secret and then say it. That would be a worse problem.
Well,
My
I don't have a
cousin-
problem at all.
Told me last night that I'm going to try and be a little bit ambiguous, but she had seen a friend of hers had posted on Facebook, so this was a long time ago,
Okay.
something that was personal, and her friend and the person she was in a relationship with were sitting with my cousin, and so my cousin brought up this thing that she saw that she posted on Facebook, and her husband did not know about this thing because it turns out that she blocked her husband, and it was very dramatic because the husband left the table and never came back to the table, and never came back to the marriage either.
Okay.
I hope that was ambiguous enough.
Whoa. Whoa.
I mean, that's bold. You
Honey,
gotta
why
be
aren't you
bold.
posting anything on Facebook anymore? I'm just over it. That's what a block would be, right?
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
don't know
you
that things
just
are
don't
happening.
see
You
it.
don't know that you're blocked.
And then no one else knows that that person's blocked, and then you get yourself into those types of situations.
Yeah, blocking people you know can
What a
be
tangled web
problematic.
we weave,
Huh?
it said.
Would you trade?
When first we make love to
Oh.
an alien.
Is that?
I want to switch with you so bad.
Would you trade your house for a permanent residence in the first moon colony?
No. First moon colony? No.
Yeah,
Like
you want to be the third. at least.
800th moon colony? Definitely. By then there's pools. Like
Yeah.
hot tubs.
Yeah. You don't want to be a pioneer in that situation. You know what
A
I mean?
pie in the air? I literally heard that you say pie.
You don't want to be a
air.
pie in the air. But let's just and I don't want to be a part of the moon colony if I'm not gonna like, you know.
Can you use your James and the Shane
Go-
voice for this?
I don't want to be a part of the moon colony if I don't go with my wife. But
What about Billy Crystal?
I'd go with Billy Crystal, yeah. But also my wife. I don't know if if you could go like in.
There's not a lot to do on the moon.
Yeah, but no, but this is assuming that like there's gonna be like establishing the colony. It's not a visit. It's a permanent residence. And it is going to get better. There are going to be hot tubs and things like that in pools over the time. You'll probably be the one building them.
I don't like
I'm
being a
interested
part
in
of.
visiting. I'm not interested in being a permanent resident. I wouldn't make this trade.
Yeah, me neither.
Would you trade all the knowledge of the ocean for all of the knowledge of our galaxy does not include other galaxies?
Okay.
All the knowledge of our ocean for all the knowledge of the galaxy, of our galaxy. You know, there's a lot unexplored in the ocean, which is really the root of this question.
So much.
Whoever came up with this question is like, do they know how much of the ocean we haven't explored?
Yeah, I think that's what the root of the question.
But let me just say, whoever came up with this question, Kaylin, was it you?
Can't breathe in either place.
You're right. We haven't explored all the ocean. But if we did, you know what we find? Just some different fish. Yeah.
There's another ocean
But are we
underneath the
gonna find-
ocean?
Are we going to find like an ancient civilization? Probably not. Are we going to? But if we can explore the whole galaxy, now you're talking, we will know definitively if there's other life on other planets. We will know definitively.
That's
and we'll
not
know,
true.
And we'll know about that.
But yeah, there's billions of galaxies.
I know, but within our galaxy, though, how many stars in our galaxy, and then how many of those stars have a solar system? I mean, I think the odds are, if it's anywhere in the universe, it's probably also somewhere else in our galaxy, just odds-wise.
You'd have to find out. Meanwhile, I'd be home for dinner from going in the ocean. You know, seeing my loved ones.
Oh.
And Billy Crystal.
No.
probably.
You're given the information. You think you're personally going to explore you're not going to personally explore the ocean. It's going to be sent in like a
It's just a
dossier. It's a
oh.
dossier.
Oh, it's just an envelope?
It's a dossier. Yeah, a daily dossier, because you can only digest so much. I mean, I'm going to be like every day. My whole life will be becoming like learning about whole civilizations and other math and weird stuff like that. And you're going to be like, funny fish.
Ugly fish.
Oh, fish with a
Whoa.
light on it.
Whoa.
Oh, fish with two lights on
Oh,
it.
that is an ugly
Oh,
fish.
bigger squid than we thought. Oh, shark that can't see. Boring crap. Yeah, new stuff, but you know,
Yeah,
nothing
you're right.
James Cameron hadn't seen a million times.
Yep.
Would you trade your eyesight for endless amounts of money? It says without having to work, but I guess if you had endless amounts of money, you wouldn't have to work.
Endless amounts of money? Yeah.
This is an interesting.
You don't want to-
This is an interesting question. This is an interesting question. I think I'm gonna have to think about it a little bit.
For 60 seconds.
We're not like swapping.
Right, you're still you.
No, what? That's not
Again, the question is, would you trade your eyesight for endless
Is he
amounts
talking?
of money
Press the
without
button.
having to work?
Is that
You have to
supposed
press the
be-
button so we can hear you.
Is that your impersonation of me, or is that just how you are feeling right now?
No, this is my impersonation of you. I'm trying to find your tone of voice.
Can you
It's
just
higher.
go? Can you just make it? Can you go?
Like I'm like
I want to see if I can match your
push the
tone,
button.
and then I'll create
it's
a whole
hard to
voice.
remember to push the button. It is hard.
Can you do that?
I'm surprised you're not out here pushing a button.
What?
Like, just not forced to have it.
What?
Whenever whenever we have meetings, you're like, I can see you under the table.
This is what you
sometimes,
sound like.
like pushing a button so that you can be heard.
Boys.
Try it. Try gentleman on
The
for
question,
size.
gentlemen, the question is,
It's more. It's
Would you
okay.
trade
I
your
should really be the
eyesight?
one.
Sound like a Muppet,
Hey, speak for yourself.
but the audio quality is great.
oh, Link, you want to do it? You
Yeah,
want to do it,
can
Link?
we trade?
You lost.
I know, but can we trade? Because I just feel like
What are you going to do?
better than you.
Are you going to do her voice?
Yeah.
I'll just be here.
Okay.
Just be here. Okay, yeah, I'm ready. Let's switch. I'm ready. I got it. You coming?
Hi.
It's intimidating back there. I mean, you can't see anything.
Oh no, I like it that way.
There's a button.
I'm like a blind shark. You know. It's Morse code.
Yeah.
before.
Why do you guys sound?
Okay, boys. Gentlemen.
You sound
That just
so
sounds.
creepy.
It just sounds like you, man.
Okay,
Yeah, it's harder.
boys.
It's harder than you thought. Now that you're back there, huh?
Stevie, say something in your Stevie voice.
Hi, Link. This is my
Hi, Link. Keep going. Go all the way down.
See,
Give me another one. Give me one of your catchphrases.
which means Link, you lost.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah. Well, you asked for it.
means Link, you lost.
I think I was better.
Oh man, my finger is literally hurting from pushing this
You
button.
don't have to push
The
that
resistance
hard.
on this button is like
Push
it's
lightly.
unrealistic.
Okay, I think you've had your 60 seconds.
Same.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
What do you mean?
Was it stuttering? When I talk, I can't hear. What?
Well, we never answered the question.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
How did you do? How? That's how you just said. You said
We're losing you.
You're gonna break it.
We're losing you, Stevie.
We're gonna break that thing.
We're gonna have to go.
yeah, probably.
I mean, the amount of force it took to push that button, I didn't. No wonder
I have a lot of finger strength.
your finger's this long.
I wouldn't do this.
Do you have to
What?
use your elbow or
What?
something?
I wouldn't make this trade. Not because I don't think that, I could establish a content life without sight. Lots of people have. But all the money, you think that's going to work out well for you, but it ain't.
Yeah, can't buy you love.
It's not what about it can't buy. It's about all the stuff that would come with
Oh,
that.
the more problems?
Because if people are like, you got all the money, you've got all the money,
Here's all the problems.
here's all the problems, here's all the things that people want from you.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
Yeah, look what happened to Biggie.
Don't make that trade.
What is
Got
this
shot in the
even?
gut.
This next one says, "Would you trade your firstborn child for the power to fart on command?"
Listen,
Which I'm pretty sure you already have.
I have it all.
Yeah. Who needs money when you've got children and the ability to fart on command?
I mean, the button, the button is like that high, and when you push it down, it's
Well, you don't want any accidental pushage of the button.
Yeah. You have to.
why is that?
It's a purposeful
You saying
push.
things back there?
Yes, I'm saying a lot of things back here,
Purposeful
not
pushing.
on the mic.
Did your finger's not sore at the end of an episode?
Do you ever when you're at home and you're
swear.
talking with Cassie, you begin maybe
I know.
you're getting into a
Just
little.
stop.
That's what I think she does. You're pressing the point. That's where the saying comes from. Stevie's pressing the point again.
I wasn't making a sexual joke. I was literally
Yeah.
just saying, do you have a muscle memory of
No one was thinking that.
pressing the button
No,
when you talk to Cassie?
no.
Good.
I think you need to lube that button though.
Okay.
She's never done that. Now I've given her the
You
ability.
created a monster.
This is on me. Sorry. Hey, remember, listen to the new James and the Shame EP, Nothing Left to Love. It's good.